If you were rich, you'd probably quit your job, travel the world, right? Yeah, me too. But dudes, we got bills to pay. But you should be traveling right now, and money shouldn't be the reason that you aren't. And I'm here to tell you how it's possible. I'm Steph from We Must Dash Adventure Travel, and this is Things to Know Before You Board. When we ask people what gets in the way of their travel dreams, we get two answers: time and money.
Help me, I'm poor.
Today we're going to talk about the money part and the strategies for saving and planning for trips. So let's travel back in time real quick.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
When I first started to get the itch to travel, I was working full-time, making an entry-level salary, and was really under the impression that traveling just wasn't going to be something that I was going to be able to do in my 20s. And aside from conning someone to give me some type of monthly allowance just for my existence.
And I love you.
I love you too, Daddy. Money, please! My money.
The thought of being able to put any money aside, it seemed impossible. Then my husband approached me about doing a long-term backpacking trip to Southeast Asia, something I had wanted to do my whole life. This was like a total dream come true. But I knew that if I agreed to do this with him, a lot of things were going to change for me. First thing was I was going to have to start saving like crazy. Wow. So once the decision was made, your girl made a plan. And you know what? The plan worked. So I'm going to share with you how I was able to make this happen. Step 1, open a savings account. Either at a bank, maybe a credit union. There's plenty of online savings accounts now too. Or if you want to get real old school, get a jar. This is super important to do right at the beginning. This thing, whether it be a savings account or a jar or whatever, is going to symbolize your goal. Step 2, answer 2 questions. Where am I in life, and where the hell is my money going? Even if you don't end up traveling, this is really important stuff.
I'd like to see you have a little bit of direction.
I have direction.
Yeah, towards the mall.
Where does travel lie in your list of priorities right now? What do you want more of in your life? And more importantly, what is no longer good that maybe can be eliminated? And then on the other hand, it's important to figure out the things that you cannot change. Your realities. Are you healthy? Are you in debt? Do you have dependents? How are these things going to affect your travels? Obviously, we all have bills to pay: rent, car insurance, student loans.
You know, I've never really liked paying bills.
Monthly installments to that Nigerian prince who's totally gonna give me $2 million once he gets his affairs in order.
No one here can know I am royalty. You must appear to be no different than the average man.
First thing you should do is download an app like Mint or You Need a Budget. Connect all of your bank accounts and take a month to just track your spending. Sit down with a friend and take a good look at your expenses. That way you can't lie to yourself. Hey friend. Hey dude. You spend too much money on sushi. You spend too much money on vodka. Take some time to sit down with your finances and your realities. There may be things on that list that seem like roadblocks, but there's always ways to get around it. Come up with solutions and get creative. Do not give up. You can now move on to step 3. What type of traveling can I fit into my life right now? The answer to this question can be as responsible or as irresponsible as you'd like. I will not judge you. This is a judgment-free zone. If you decide to pool every last second of your vacation time and hop on a red-eye so that you can't miss one moment of drinking with the locals in Ireland for 2 weeks, I support that. If you decide that your cushy 6-figure job is no longer fulfilling you and slowly stealing your soul day by day, and you just want to sell all of your shit and live out of a suitcase for the next 2 years, I fully support that too. Above all else, you need to support you in these decisions. But don't be afraid to push through your comfort zone. Travel to places that are hard to go to and hard to get out of and feel less like home. Those trips are the life changers. Whatever your choice, if you've made it to this point in this video and you're still interested, you've just decided, I want to travel and I will do whatever it takes to make that happen. Now this is the fun part. Step 4, choosing your trip. Research a destination, or if you don't have one, start Googling based on something you're really into. Elephants, really good art. Once you kind of have an idea of where you want to go, start to do the research to set an expectation for cost. There are countless blogs that range from luxury down to bare bones budget that can give you all the information you need to kind of set at least a general framework for cost. Compare prices between one trip and another before you make a decision. If you want to spend a week in Disney World, that's fantastic. But I'll be honest, I can give you a list of 100 other places that you could go for the same amount of money and live there for a month like a queen. Do your research and set up a budget for this trip. It's not going to be perfect, but it's going to give you a tangible number to set as your goal. You can now move on to step 5. What you'll have to sacrifice to make this real. Here's where your current thoughts about what is necessary and what is not get flipped upside down. Oh god, no, not that upside down. Rest in peace, Barb. No matter where you decided to go and when, your switch to saving mode should start immediately. Like right now, take the money out of your wallet and put it in a jar or a bowl or your savings account, whatever you want. Just get it the hell out of your wallet because it's gonna get spent. I do not know one person who doesn't have some type of indulgence that they mindlessly spend money on every month.
These are my 2 farts that I bought on eBay.
Have you just been doing treat yourself every month? Donna and Tom only do that shit once a year.
Treat yourself.
It's the best day of the year.
The best day of the year!
Whether it's Netflix, subscription boxes, going out to eat, we are all spending money on things that are not necessities. So the obvious things to start with, going out to dinner, takeout, your morning coffee. From there you should start getting more ruthless. Go for those big ticket items. Do you really need a car with a car payment every month? Can you sell it and just buy something in cash? Or better yet, if you live in a city where you don't need a car, maybe try a few months without one. What about rent? Is rent eating up your entire paycheck? Can you deal with a roommate for a few months just to save some money? Now, don't worry about becoming the cheap ass in your group of friends.
I'm cheap? You think I'm cheap? How could you say that to me? I can't believe this.
You have a goal and you want to achieve it. Simple as that. It's also very easy to find replacements for a lot of these things that don't cost you any money. We do board game nights like 4 days a week just so we don't go out.
Put yourself back. I'll only say it one more time.
No, I'm getting angry with all...
Will you leave
Don't
the game?
tell me!
When you first start cutting things out, it can feel like a major sacrifice, but over time you just realize you can easily get by without them. You are never going to regret the things you had to say no to when you finally get to step off that plane and say yes to everything that you have on your itinerary. And now we're at our final step. This is more hard work. The last step was what you have to give up. And this step is more of what you have to give in order to build this travel fund. You will need to exercise a lot of self-control and balance, which are great tools to have for life in general. You will have to be brave enough to really evaluate your lifestyle and be able to be hard on yourself. At this point, we're really going to start using that savings account. The best way to pull off the band-aid is to just have a portion of your paycheck direct deposited into that savings account every pay period. There's even banks that will pay you to open an account if there's a direct deposit attached. That's just free money towards your trip. If you're a freelancer like me, take a percentage of every job and put it right into that savings account. Saving money takes a lot of effort, especially if you've become accustomed to a certain lifestyle. If you really want to cut down your waiting time, you get another job. I know nobody wants to hear that, but it really is the simplest way to build up that travel fund very quickly. Even an extra $100 a week can make such a big difference. And in the age of things like Uber and Etsy, there are just so many opportunities to make extra cash on the side. If you want a ton of ideas of how to earn extra cash for travel, check out the blog in the link below. There are so many good ideas in that blog, from part-time to remote jobs to freelance to some unconventional ways of making money.
I've been earning money testing fertility drugs. And I think this one's gonna be a winner.
Not like that, not like super weird, just like not your ordinary 9 to 5. The thing to remember is this process is going to be different for everybody. Depending on your starting point, this may take you 6 months, this may take you a year and a half. You just have to be patient and stay focused on your goal. And I promise you that if you stick to this process and you go on that trip, you're going to come home and realize that you can literally save for anything. But to wrap this up for you guys, life is short and money will always come and go. Never second guess a dream and never wait too long to make it a reality. And if you're looking for some accountability, we have a We Must Dash Travelers community on Facebook where we share tips and advice and just keep each other accountable moving towards our goals of seeing more of this world. If you have other great ideas of how to build up a travel fund and how to make paying for travel a possibility for everybody, comment below. Alright guys, this is Steph from We Must Dash Adventure Travel. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope this inspired you. I hope it motivates you to get started on your travel fund and get yourself out seeing the world. Much love, We Must Dashers.